back online, driver? Shall we continue our journey, driver? You're about to start a new lesson and try new stunts. You know the drill by now. Anything you learn in the playground will come in handy later. New day, new car. You'll be driving the only electric Hoonigan car, which is probably the most powerful gymkhana car, the Audi Hoonitron.
Second training session. Nobody at dawn. We've got the playground to ourselves. That was a precision strike section. You have to hit the sticks with your car's bumper. And that is a wall ride. You know how to drift against gravity? You're gonna learn. Today's all about using the skills you learned before and moving up a gear. New wall ride coming up. Try to skid when you're on top, but be careful. If you take off, you could lose control of your vehicle. All right, let's go again with the precision strike. The trick is not going too fast and just throwing the car in before the first stick. Pull the handbrake if you have to. Last round, so I don't want to see one stick standing. So you're starting to know me. I'm not that cool. Try again. Second training session. Nobody at dawn. We've got the playground to ourselves. That was a precision strike section. You have to hit the sticks with your car's bumper. And that is a wall ride. You know how to drift against gravity? You're gonna learn. Today's all about using the skills you learned before and moving up a gear. New wall ride coming up. Try to skid when you're on top, but be careful. If you take off, you could lose control of your vehicle. All right, let's go again with the precision strike. The trick is not going too fast and just throwing the car in before the first stick. Pull the handbrake if you have to. Last round, so I don't want to see one stick standing. The Hoonigan is the most futuristic of all Gymkhana cars. It could drift on the moon, so get me to the stratosphere.
All right, you dizzy yet? Should be. But I also think you're starting to finally understand what it is to Gymkhana. Donuts, the wall ride, the grind, they're all technical stunts and difficult to pull off, of course. But the true value is in the spectacle. Gymkhana is entertainment. The aim is to create the most dramatic and wild moments. It can take anywhere from 6 months to a year for us to gather all of the ideas and locations and everything, but a driver only has a few minutes to make it all work. Come on, check out your moves. The one advantage to EVs is the acceleration and instant torque. No matter the situation, you'll always have enough power to pull off a stunt. As always, we're gonna put your skills to the test. But let's change things up a bit. How about a little of this versus that? Go park the Hoonigan. It's big block versus big block.
Auto loves. This verse is that. We asked Hoonigan if they'd be willing to race one of their creations against one of our own. 50% Hoonigan, 50% Motorfest. Motorfest's 3100 vs the Hoonigan's third generation Camaro. These cars have one thing in common, and it's no small thing. They're both powered by the same big block engine. You're free to choose the car you want, of course, but I'm pretty sure the 3100 is going to win.
The 3100 Big Block Edition. So the Motorfest side, all right. Wow, the turns are really rough here. Two Chevys, two big blocks, but only one winner. It's prophetic. It's a bit of an exaggeration, but I really like the concept of this race. Tricky turns are back. Second lap. buying a classic pickup like the 3100, I admit, it's bold. I'm curious about the time they had to make it. On our side, we built that Camaro kit in 3 weeks. Even had it 3D printed. It's not a cockfight. We agree, but let it be said. Don't worry about the car. We're used to it. Decisive lap. Made the right choice. Well done.
Scotto has decided the format for the next validation event, a race with stunts. This is probably one of the last events before the Gymkhana Motorfest, so you can be sure that Scotto will be paying close attention to your performance.
Just like the volcano, it's a practice run, your final one. So let's see you put those newfound skills to the test. We turned it up a bit this time. You're gonna be racing against other drivers for this one. The car, the track, the electric atmosphere, it's all there. I wanna show you how everything works together in Gymkhana. Throw down some crazy tricks, win the race, and I might just consider you for Gymkhana Motorfest. Good luck.
The kind of start that makes me happy. means you can either settle for winning the race or try to impress me by doing as many tricks as possible. Not forgetting to blow up your opponents, of course.
Let's call this a do-over.
Slide left, then slide right. Narrow and dangerous. Perfect. We've got lightning, red neon lights, and the Hoonigan. It's a blast. Just what we're looking for in Gymkhana. Create a unique atmosphere. This part is full of turns, the ideal zone for striking and winning bucks. Oh boy! The Gymkhana mine, you have it.
I wanted to play it cool, but color me impressed. You clearly have the drive and the moves we're looking for. But the Hoonigan does make it kind of easy, doesn't it? Its design and inspiration came from one of the most legendary and important rally cars of all time, the S1 E2 Quattro. 2 Formula E engines allow this thing to absolutely incinerate tires. Thing is, you have the skills. See for yourself. Let's go. That's got to be my favorite moment of the race. Nice work, sport. You finally made it to the big show. My team and the crew at Motorfest are putting on the final details for Gymkhana Motorfest. But we have one more challenge for you.
Bravo, driver. You've impressed, Goto. It looks like you're going to be the Gymkhana driver for the big show. Well, just one extra challenge before that. To the Hoonigan HQ. With the Hoonigan. This car is so iconic, it would be a shame not to call on it one last time.
All right, I brought you back here for one more challenge before I give you the keys to the house. Let me clarify. I took the Hoonigan out for a ride this morning. Not the kind of car you'd expect to take a trip to the seaside, right? So I figured with that setting, a drift record was the perfect thing to do. You know, casual stuff. All right, you see where I'm going with this? I want to see if you can beat my score in the same conditions. I don't think it's going to be too difficult with everything you've learned during the playlist.
You have to beat my score. You really think you can do it? Use all the elements, grind, donuts, everything you've learned is worth points. Only 30 seconds left. Only 25 seconds left. Only 20 seconds? I'm kidding. I'll stop doing that. It's not fair.
All right, I gotta admit, you got me on that one. You definitely shredded like your life depended on it. And you left your mark all over the barnyard. We appreciate that. Yeah, that's what we call victory donuts. All right, look, we waited long enough. You've done it. You're a Gymkhana driver now. Finish the playlist. Gymkhana Motorfest, here we come.
Memory still holds a record of hearing Scotto say that it took a lot of preparation to become a Gymkhana driver. But no doubt you're more than ready. You've taken up all the challenges given by Hoonigan. Now it's time to lead your own Gymkhana. The show starts at Barber Harbour Point, and your new car is already in place. Have fun, Gymkhana driver.
This is it. This is what you've been waiting for, isn't it? To become a Gymkhana master. Motorfest allowed us to spice up the island with a huge Gymkhana grid playground and create the most entertaining race ever, littered with the craziest and wildest stunts that we could think of. All right, this is your moment. Drive as accurate as possible. It's your performance that'll make it exceptional. Remember that Evo 9? Well, Ron and the boys finally finished building it. And to christen it, I think we make it your machine for Gymkhana Motorfest. I think it's time to rip it.
Let's go. Your car, your moment, your Gymkhana. And I'm not going to be holding your hand for this one. Just do what you have learned. We're going to film this race. It's too important. All I ask is that you go all the way to get the dopest shots we can get. Grind all the rails, burn it to the rims, and jump your heart out. You're gonna love what's beyond the lighthouse. that was a close call. Come on, it's not over yet. This giant pineapple needs its 360. It deserves it. Yourself out. I need intravenous tricks. Mastery. That was dope. And I'm not going to use too many adjectives here. We'll just let the footage speak for itself. Now, let me introduce Gymkhana Motorfest, featuring the Evo 9, starring you. That's right. The Evo 9, you'll be driving it because you earned it.
You haven't claimed your reward for this. You've done a Gymkhana with this car. You have a unique bond with it. The Lancer Evo 9 Hoonigan version is your Gymkhana car forever. Congratulations! Let's complete this playlist. New playlist ahead. Let's go. The next playlist Next in our catalogue tackles another key aspect of worldwide car culture, car customization. To show you the right way to rethink an existing car design, Motorfest went the extra mile and got in touch with the real master craftsman. That's right. This playlist is 100% inspired by the work of an unrivaled auto-tuning pioneer, Mr. Wataru Kato himself, and his signature brand, Liberty Walk. Liberty Walk is much more than just a simple trademark. It's actually 3 different approaches to a common customization philosophy, the Liberty mindset. Cars appeal to everyone in the world, and there is no limit to creativity. It's performance and customization without compromise. Liberty Walk, introduced by Mr. Kato himself.